Welcome to the wonderful world of nutrition coaching. Enjoy.
Gents, right, in this video today I'm going to show you what I do on a Monday morning, which is client check-in day. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. So here we have the MyFitnessPal homepage, and this is Rich's diary here. So I'm going to click on food, just give you like a little flavour of what the big man's eating. Now this is so useful for me because I can go back and set days and check what calories, macros, all that stuff's been consumed. And it'll bring me up a list like this, like a full breakdown of every food. And then as I get to the bottom, I can check out the totals there. So Rich aiming for 4,500 calories and he's come within 42. That's because he's a machine. And I know what you're thinking, 4,500 calories, who eats that? A hard-working, hard-training PT with a weight gain goal in mind. Now, this is a graph of his weight over the last 7 days. So every morning he'll jump on the scales and get a reading there. That's over the last 3 months. So that's kind of what weight gain and weight loss looks like. It's never a straight line. And because I've been working with Rich now for a year, which is what prompted this video, you can see we've gone from 87 kilos there to 93. People who think that's very slow, it's not. That's the rate of muscle gain. A little low point in there was when he was ill. But you get the idea. Just a phenomenal tool for me as a coach to be able to see exactly what's going on. Now, calories. So this is what I look at. If there's ever any kind of discrepancy with the weight or we're not sure what's going on, I'll have a look at the calories consumed. So again, we're aiming for around 4,500. There was a 4,000 day in there, but then a 5,000 to even it out. So it doesn't have to be this linear intake every day. But as you can see over time, I mean, that is just ruthlessly consistent from the big man there. All hitting around, all within like a couple of hundred calories of what we're going for. Protein, something that I'm really hot on, especially when there's a muscle gain component to it. Again, look at that. That's a thing of beauty for me as a coach to see, always hitting that protein threshold that I'm after. And there's you can go into so much detail with this stuff, and you can look at vitamin C, trans fats, all that kind of stuff. But for me, it tends to be more calories, protein, and then maybe I'll take a look at the other macros like fat. Again, Rich's fat goal is fairly high because there's so many calories to play with. And sometimes, again, he'll have days where there's, he's a bit underneath, but then days where he's a bit higher. Now, when I get his numbers at the end of the week, I'll enter them in this spreadsheet here. So that green, like the green column in there, is like the average weight for the week. So that's the last few weeks there. Then we've got the change from week to week. So again, at the moment, we're just doing almost like a little mini cut. So it's like a slight drop each week. And then that number down the bottom is the total for the entire period of time. So 6 or 7 kilos change.
Now that, ladies and gents, is just one way that I work with clients. The advantages of tracking calories, using MyFitnessPal, recording your weigh-ins, all that kind of stuff, is accuracy. Going forward, if I make recommendations to Rich, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen because I've got a year's worth of data to pull from. I'm not guessing at it. The disadvantage of this approach is it requires a lot from the client. Weighing food, tracking food, using MyFitnessPal, and it's not for everyone. And I don't think it should be for everyone. But here's what I do think. If you've never done it before, I think, and you want to lose weight or gain muscle, I think you should do it for a couple of weeks. I think you should dedicate 2 weeks to weighing your food, tracking it, tracking body weight, and see what happens. Now, if you can't be bothered to do that for 2 weeks, that's absolutely fine. But there's a good chance then that you're not going to be bothered to follow a diet for any period of time. It kind of happens time and time again. And people shouldn't feel bad about that either because it's not for everyone. But if you want to make a change, then why not? What have you got to lose? The app's free. It's going to require an extra 5 minutes around meal times. So maybe an extra 15 minutes a day to do it for 2 weeks, and you've got 2 weeks worth of data and numbers that you cannot find anywhere else online. Like any diet or any calorie calculator online will never be as good as your own numbers tracked for a couple of weeks. It's one of the biggest and best tools that you can add to your arsenal, and so many people don't do it. I'm not sure why. Probably because it's just a bit of time and effort, but I think you should give it a go. If you have any questions about how to go about it, maybe how to set yourself up, stick them in the box below. I'm genuinely here to help with this one, and this is something that everyone can do. Everyone can do it. Any questions, just ask, reach out, and I will help. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.